How to prevent your Facebook account from being hacked. My name is Olusegun Mokuolu. Let me say that this video is not a technical video. So it's not something that is high tech, that the average person cannot relate with. I just want to share some few guides because a lot of people's Facebook account have been hacked, particularly in the part of the country where I come from. And people will hack it and then use the account to begin to introduce all kinds of fake business, all kind of double your money platform. Have you heard of this platform, investment platform, and so on? It's becoming rampant. It's becoming common, and you really want to protect it. Of course, there are other reasons why you should really protect your account, because your details, your messages, so many things that are private to you have been shared on that account. You have friends that you've established using your Facebook account and so on. So it's quite important that I feel things, because I noticed that in my research, in trying to see why people's accounts were being hacked that way, I discovered they were just simple issues that people could have guided against. There are different levels of hacking, and I know that I don't think anybody will come and spend millions of dollars just to hack your own Facebook account. So you're not going to really come across that level of hacking. Many of us may not be able to prevent that level of hacking if they are really bent on doing that. But what is generally common is something that we can prevent to a great extent. You can easily prevent by taking some caution. Those of you who your account has been hacked before, you will understand. In fact, the word hacking seems to give it some sense of superiority, or some sense of great skill behind it and so on. Really nothing. It's just mere carelessness, really. You can call it hacking technically, but it's not as if somebody sat down and your account is so important to them and they had to write programs and break into the code, get your password. No, because the investment to get that, why will anybody want to hack your account and be spending thousands of dollars on it? So it doesn't really worth it. So it's just simple carelessness that often leads to, oh, my Facebook account has been hacked and so on. Now, here are the things you need to do. One, don't click on link carelessly. Link will come that will promise jobs, that will promise money, some pornographic materials, and they could be so tempting to you. So you see that these things plays on your greed, on your lust, and maybe your love for money. So be very careful. Opportunity that you didn't plan, you are not expecting. Who is going to just send you a link to be rich? Who is going to send you a link to have money? Some time ago, someone shared a link on WhatsApp. She just shared that link to everybody on her contact, and I had to call her and say, why will you share this link? She said they sent it to her. I said, have you clicked on it? She said yes. And did you fill your details? She said yes. I said, you better go and change your Facebook password, because they already have your password. Can't you understand that this is fraud? As in, can't you see? Did you work for any money that somebody is telling you that if you click on this, you're going to double your money, or there is an investment opportunity for you, or something like that? Except for links, you are absolutely sure. You are sure of the person sending it, or you are sure of the site. YouTube link generally is safe. But links that you don't know the configuration and so on. And most people are not technical, so they may not be able to identify some key indices. Like you receive a mail in your email saying that you have a debit transaction in your account, or that your account has been suspended, and it looks like the way your bank will send you notice. But if you look at it carefully, you could easily pick that it is fraud. And then or that, okay, so amount has been paid to this person. If you want to cancel it, log in here, put in your details. Banks will never do that. Anything that is asking you to give your details, don't do it. To give your password, to give your email address, to give your phone number, be extremely cautious of clicking on links that you don't know the origin. At times you may need to call someone and say, please, what is this link about? Have you clicked on it? Have you verified it? Is it safe? You may need to do something like that. Don't also sign up using your Facebook account. There are other apps and they tell you that, okay, like you can open Instagram, for example, with Facebook account. Now, because they are from the same company, that may be safe. But generally, don't do it. Create a separate email and password for any app or account you want to sign up with. Don't open it with your YouTube account, because that way you are giving your YouTube email, your YouTube your Facebook. Don't open it with your Facebook account, because that way you are giving out your password, your details, your Facebook details. And if it's a wrong vendor, they simply have access to your account. It's as simple as that. So be very careful. Don't do that. Also, use email as your username. Don't use your phone number. And keep that email discreet. The email that you are using for your Facebook as your username, that email, keep it discreet. Don't let it be something that people have access to, that they know about. Don't ever tell anybody this is the email I'm using for my Facebook. Okay, because the person can enter it, okay? They can enter that email and say, I forgot my password. And then Facebook will say, okay, I'm going to send a code either to that email or to your phone number. If it's to your phone number, they may give you a call and say, oh, I'm very sorry. This has happened to me. Somebody gave me a call. I got a password from Facebook and some code to reset my account, my password. And somebody called me and said, sorry, I'm so sorry. I used your number. They have sent a code to you. Can you send it to me? I look at it. It's from Facebook. How will you use my phone number? Because it is not at the point of recovering your account that they ask for your phone number. That phone number must have been on that account. So I called the person back and said, sorry, this is what I said. If it is so, ask them to resend it and then put the correct phone number. Of course, the person didn't talk again. The person just hung the phone. So be very careful. That's why don't use your phone number as your username. Use email, and that email, keep it very, very discreet. If you receive any code, don't give it to anybody. Also, lock your phone, lock your app. If you have to give your phone to your friend, make sure your app is locked. That means if somebody wants to open your Facebook, that person will need a code again to open that your Facebook. If it's somebody you have to open your phone for example, somebody say, let me just quickly use your phone for something. At least the person should not be opening your private app like your Facebook and so on. So make sure those apps are locked. It's very important in case you misplace your phone, in case your phone is stolen or your phone is lost. Before you can have access to recover your password and block the phone and so on, the person who has your phone could have easy access to all your social media accounts. That's why it's always good that you lock your social media apps, particularly those sensitive ones, okay, that people may want to take advantage of. Look, I saw a situation where a friend of mine on Facebook in the US, I just saw her started posting her nude pictures. Pictures she was taking in the, she's in the bath, she takes pictures like this, she's nude, and then I just started seeing it. Now I have her phone number, so I gave her a call. And she said somebody stole her phone and they are posting that. They could have access to that Facebook because it wasn't locked. So you could lose your phone, you could misplace it, it could get stolen. That's why it's very important, because somebody who has access to that, they can easily easily change your password, because the code will probably send to that phone number. There is two-step authentication. It's always good that you do it. Like say, I'm not going to make this technical. It's a very simple process, really. But what that simply does is that if somebody is signing into your Facebook from a um, a, a browser, or an app on a phone that the site has not recognized, that you have not used, they now send a code to a particular number that you can use to complete that transaction. Okay, it's very good. It's there for everybody. You can use it. Okay, so please ensure that your app is locked. Use strong password. Don't use password like I love you or your date of birth or your dad's date of birth or your phone number. Can you imagine if you are using your phone number as password? Those are things people could easily guess. They could just try, okay, let me try some basic things, so be very careful with that. Now, also be observant of friend requests. There are a lot of fake accounts on Facebook. Okay, so some need to be your friend to be able to have some access to you. So check account. Okay, one of the things you can check is if an account is just 2 days old. Be wary of very recent account. I'm not saying there could not be account that can date 6 7 years that may not be fake, but usually people who wants to do that, they don't have the patience to plan it ahead. So be very careful of accounts like that, and accounts that have things that are just so attractive and tempting. Okay, uh you are in Africa, you don't have any foreign friend, and all of a sudden one white man from Canada is sending you a friend request. That should raise an alarm. I'm not saying such cannot happen, but it should raise an alarm. You should be curious. You don't just say accept bank. Or be careful of messages they send into you, spam messages into your inbox, messages with links. Be very careful. And you don't know the link. The person is just sharing the message generally. You don't know the person, or you don't know the person with that message. Okay, like I preach on my Facebook account, so I share a lot of my YouTube videos and so on. Okay, so I may share with somebody that I feel that, okay, this particular video, I discuss something with this person, let me share this link for the person to watch. The person can connect that this is my message, this is what I'm doing. But somebody is sharing a link to you that the profile of the person has nothing to do with that kind of messages. Be very careful. One of the things I do is I block people who do forwarded messages on Facebook. You see somebody saying, Mark Zuckerberg has said that we must press this and press this, and then they send that to your inbox. I block that kind of person because that person is susceptible to being hacked. People who can just see something and just share it without thinking, without looking and say, why am I sharing? Or somebody say, oh, I got a second request from you, so I decided to say this. And it's a forwarded message. You just keep forwarding it here and there. People who forward messages like that are liable to be hacked. So you may just either block them from messaging you or block their account completely. Any account that you strongly feel that is very suspicious, you can just block that account because they may monitor you and see things that you are doing and see ways by which they can get access to your information and so on. Now, there is this common one. Once you see any friend request from an account that has to do with custom, and you see goods, you see cars that have been recovered, a lot of things, don't waste your time accepting such requests. Get rid of it. It's spam. You just be rest assured. Okay, so be very observant. Be patient. Be observant. Don't be tempting. Don't let something. Be careful. I got somebody messaged me on Instagram, commented on one of my posts and said, can you please look at my video and give me a Christian perspective? I checked the video. The video from just, I didn't press on the video. From just looking at it, looks like erotic, sexual pornographic videos. Now, who is it going to, who will be writing a preacher and say, can you please look at this video and tell me what you think? The person is setting a trap. Okay, and I know somebody whose Facebook was hacked through Instagram. They send a link to Instagram. She clicked on that Instagram, and then her Facebook, somebody took control of her Facebook, but she was able to quickly recover it. That's why it's always good. Make sure you use email, and I'll recommend Gmail. And keep that email very, very tight and secret. That may be the saving grace for your account. So be patient. Don't let anything be too tempting. Be very careful. There are so many fake accounts on Facebook. But let your heart be guided. All right. I hope that by the grace of God, your account will not be hacked. And be very careful. Don't do any transaction online. What I mean by that, on social media, somebody is selling things on Instagram, Facebook. You don't know the person, and then you are sending money to the person. What if the person is fake and decide not to send any goods to you, which happened recently? So be very careful when an offer is tempting. Each time you want to catch something, you bait that person. If you want to catch fish, you bait. You want to catch a bird, you bait. So that's what happens online. People bait you. They look at things that you are likely to jump at, the things you are quick to click on, things that look so promising to you. Be very careful. I'm going to leave a link to a video on YouTube that is a little bit technical, but that is very useful, that will help you to keep your account safe. I pray your account will be safe in the name of Jesus. My name is Olusegun Mokuolu. Please feel free to share this message, particularly among believers. We want our account to be secured because I teach the word of God, so I'm very much concerned about my dear brothers and sisters, and generally I don't want anyone's account to be hacked. And you may consider subscribing to this channel. My contact details, they are below, and any relevant link, just check the description below. You'll find them there. God bless you.